If you have a business and you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, you're going to get run over. You're going to get crushed and left in the dust. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to my funky brain. My name is Dennis, and today I want to talk about 6 psychological strategies to boost success. So we all get stuck. We all have these ideas. We're like, this is going to be great. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to get there. I want to make this much money, lose this much weight. I want to write a book. I want to have a relationship. I want to do all these things. I want to become the top salesman in my company, whatever it is that you want to do. And then you get excited and then things don't go the way that you want them to. So I have these strategies I put together to help you boost your success. And, they're not all necessarily like strategies on how to sell better or anything like that. They're just, a lot of it is like mental, psychological stuff. So, success doesn't just happen. It's cultivated, it's created, it's nurtured, it's loved, and then eventually it happens. There's no shortcuts. Only a small percentage of people actually get there by taking the shortcuts, or they get a little lucky, or whatever it is that happens. There's those just small percentages. The rest of us have to work, and we have to make it happen on a daily basis. And it's planned, and it's strategized, and it's implemented, and all these big words. And then it's revamped when things don't go the right way. So it's about putting the right systems and strategies into place so you know which moves to make next. So the first step that I want to talk about today is meditation. And those that have listened to me before know that I'm a huge proponent of meditation. We have to stay calm because, like I was just talking about, we put our plans into place. We have these ideas, these things that are going to happen. Everything's going to be great. And then all of a sudden something happens and then we're off our plan. We got kicked off the road and we don't know what to do. And then we get all worked up. So we have to have a calm mind in order to find a solution to that, to find a way through that. Meditation is a key part of staying calm, of getting where you want to be calmly. If you look at I have an example. There was this guy, his name was Phil Lamb, and he was the vice president for Cisco Food Service when I worked there like almost 20 years ago now. And all of us walked around with our big fat Franklin Covey planners, and we had all this crap in there in the planner. We couldn't even close them all the way. And then every day we had all this stuff that we wrote down what our tasks were for the day. Those big impossible to-do lists that always made us feel like a failure. And all the point of sale material and all the crap that was in there. And we had our laptop bags over our shoulders and they weighed like 50 pounds. And we were walking around with all our crap looking all big and successful and like we were working hard. And Phil Lamb, who overran this $500 million a year company, he walks in with a little notebook that was about this big and it was about that thick. I think maybe there were only like 50 or 60 pages in that notebook. And he had one pen. And he walked in calmly and he just sat down. He put his little notebook down. And he was busier than all of us. But he had everything under control. Right? It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about having plans, strategies, systems, organization. When you have those things in line, the right things tend to happen. How does that happen? It happens with a calm mind. It happens with setting your mind in motion the right way when you wake up in the morning and getting things done. So, when you have a calm mind, that mind is a breeding ground for creativity, for finding the right answers, the right solutions, the next steps to take, and it helps you be healthier and ultimately more successful. And so I want to lead right from there right into the next one, which is having that positive mindset. Because when you have the positive mindset, you're going to react to things that go wrong positively. So the second step is the positive mindset. My second tip there. When you wake up in the morning, have that positive mindset. Some people write down affirmations. I'm a big fan of this. In fact, I've been doing this now for a little while where I'm intentionally doing this every day. I wake up in the morning, I'm meditating for a short time, whether it be somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, and then my mind is calm. Right away, I have a calm mind. Instead of a panicked, fearful mind, I have a calm mind. Now I can approach anything the right way. So the next thing I do is I go into affirmations, and I'm saying these things out loud. I'm like, I'm awesome. People respond to me. I love what I do. I'm really healthy. Everything's going great. Because if I focus on those things, those are the things that are happening in my life. If I focus on the negative things or the fearful things or the angry things, the things that are going wrong or my problems, those are the things that keep showing up. Those are the glaring things that are going on in my life. So I need to have that positive mindset. Visualize the outcome. So when I write those things down, when I say these things out loud about my positive affirmations about how my life is, about who I am, about how I'm going to get where I want to be, about how people respond to me, about how my lover or my work partners respond to me, then what comes after that is the positive outcomes. So having a positive mindset produces positive outcomes. Visualize that outcome. See it all the way through. When I have a meeting, I'm going to walk into that meeting. The person I'm going to meet with, they're going to be responsive. They're going to listen to what I have to say. They're going to contribute to the conversation. They're going to tell me what their problems are so I can help them solve them. And then at the end, we're going to have a good outcome, maybe even some sales, or maybe even some good direction moving forward. So visualize that. Visualize that. What am I going to do after that meeting? Well, then after that, I'm going to go get some tea, or I'm going to get some lunch, and then I'm going to go out to dinner later. Like, visualize all that happening, and then your day plays out that way. If you visualize the bad, oh, he's going to cancel the meeting, he's not going to respond to me, he's not going to be interested in what I have to say, that's the way that meeting is going to go, because you're bringing that energy into the equation. So having a positive mindset, that's number 2. Number 3, connecting with other people, asking people for help. The most successful people in the world all have help. They all have mentors. Uber, Apple, Google, Amazon, they all have teams of people that make decisions. They run things by people. They don't just have the main person making these decisions, because they have to test them and they have to get different points of view. And after they work it through, they come up with this result, and it ends up being the right thing to do, having the right idea, instead of making rash decisions that end up being the wrong decisions that cost time and money. The most successful people in the world all have mentors. They all have health. If I get sick, I need to go to the doctor. I can't fix myself. If I have to go to court, I need a lawyer. I hate doing my taxes, so every year I need to hire an accountant. And I don't know this part of my business. If I have a big decision to make, a big business decision to make, I need to bring somebody in to the equation and run my thoughts by them and work out some kinks. Maybe it's a great idea, and maybe everything I have is in line, but maybe I can get a different perspective and say, ooh, I almost made that huge mistake. I'm glad that we had this conversation, so now I know the right road to take. Don't be afraid to ask for help. People love helping. Think about how you feel when somebody asks you for help. It makes you feel good. So if you ask somebody for help, it's going to make them feel good and maybe give you the better solution. So be honest about what's going on. Be open to new ideas and be willing to implement those ideas into your world, and so you can have positive, awesome results. Moving on to number 4, learn something new every single day. Listen to a podcast, read a book, listen to an audiobook, watch a movie, listen to the radio. Do something positive to learn something new. When you think you know everything, when you think you know the rules are going to change. Learn something new that's going to help you stay on top of the curve. Stay ahead of the curve. You have to be zigging when everybody else is zagging. If you have a business and you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, you're going to get run over. You're going to get crushed and left in the dust. So learn something new that's going to help you get there. That's going to set you apart from your competition. I just learned this new thing this morning about studying your competitors' intelligence, studying what your competitors are doing so you can see what they're doing successfully and emulate that. How can you apply what they're doing into your company so you can offer your customers more? There's nothing wrong with that. always try to be better, and you're going to have better results. You're going to become more successful. Then the next thing, number 5, is preparation. Be prepared. It's nice to have a business plan, and it's nice to know what you're going to do and where you're going to go. But be prepared, because sometimes things don't go the right way. So if you have this meeting, make sure you have everything in line that you need to get that meeting done. Make sure that if you need to get to that meeting, you leave on time. Make sure you're wearing the right clothes. Make sure you're eating the right things so you have the right energy. Whatever it is, be prepared to get there. And then if something goes wrong, be prepared to handle that too. Always be prepared, because things come up and it's no big deal. Things come up for everybody. It's how do you respond to that? If you're prepared when somebody cancels the meeting, or you get an fender bender, or if something doesn't go right at work or at home, if you're prepared, you can handle it. If you have that calm mind, and if you have a positive mindset, then it's no big deal. Just move on to the next thing. But study, plan, prepare. Stay on top of what it is that you need to do, and you're going to get there. And finally, number 6, the most important thing, consistency. I talk about this a lot too. It's like when I go on that diet, I'm going to go on this diet and I need to lose 30 pounds. And I'm going to do everything that this diet says, but then I'm going to start seeing results, and then I'm going to quit. I talk about this in another video about forming habits, right? Forming healthy habits. So there's 3 phases of developing these habits. And the first one is the pink cloud phase, where everything's awesome. You're like, oh, I'm going to lose this weight. This is going to be great. And I'm fired up. I'm telling everybody about it. And then phase 2 is the struggle. Because that first phase, that pink cloud, it goes on for, anywhere from 1 day to maybe up to a week. And then it becomes a struggle. It's like, all right, I started to see some results, but now there's those cookies sitting over there. Maybe I can have some cookies. And then there it goes, that struggle phase. And then you get into that comfort phase. And you have to be careful in the comfort phase, because, you've seen some awesome results. You really feel good about yourself. And then those cookies come along and you're like, well, it's been a while. And then you just slowly slide back into your old patterns. I'm using the diet as an example, but it could be like your sales habits. It could be your relationship. It could be, anything that's going on in your life. The more consistent you are, the more consistent results, the higher you're going to keep climbing, right? You want to always be pushing uphill. If you're not pushing uphill, you're sliding back downhill, right? But the difference is that pushing uphill, and most people think of when I say that as pushing uphill is a struggle. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that pushing uphill, you're just striving to be better than you were yesterday or a week ago, or better than the person you used to be. So just keep consistently pushing up the hill, and you're going to get up there. You're going to get to where you want to go. I guarantee it. So those are my 6 strategies, my 6 psychological strategies to help you boost your success. Hope you have a great day today. Talk to you soon. Bye.